As I look back on what I've learned over the years from others, I think one of the proverbial elephants in the room is what Solomon called the fear of man. And it was interesting when he said that in Proverbs, the fear of man brings a snare. The word man was in the Hebrew was both men and women. So basically, he said that when we fear the opinions of men and women around us, it traps us and snares us. Basically, a snare is a wire or rope snare that traps animals when they come to drink at a water hole. It's hidden, and when it lassos their foot, when they put their foot in it, it traps them. They can't get away. They're snared. It's a very painful thing that strips the flesh and muscle off the bone. I've seen those when I've made trips to Africa, and they're horrible. And Solomon's using a word picture of being paralyzed by trying to make everybody like us, by not getting in trouble. And the result of that, I can't begin to tell you how common this is for me to come across, not just in other people, but in my own life. That when we see something that we should say something, we go, well, they're going to get mad at me and they'll probably yell at me, or I could get in trouble because they're my superior. And I'm telling you, it's behind this fear of getting in trouble, speaking the truth to people, traps all of us. It is the biggest problem in being a leader, in being a good parent, a good spouse, and it has caused all kinds of problems. And you know what's amazing about law enforcement is out on the streets when it's strangers, they consistently go up to people that are being disorderly, they're drunk, they have assaulted people, and we show the courage and bravery to tell them the truth and we deal with the problem. But when we go in the building, because now we know those people and work with those people, and there's might be some consequences because if we have to say something to somebody in the building, they may remember that, they may retaliate, they may not like us anymore, so forth and so on. That's when the fear of man is so powerful. And it's behind most of the problems of not dealing with problems, not dealing with problem employees, and not dealing with problem managers. As we've, I think, mentioned before in other podcasts, the cop said we're heroes on the street and cowards in the suites. We're heroes on the streets and cowards in the suites. So, what's the solution to this? We fear good men and women. We don't fear people that could be offended if we tell them the truth or think we're stirring up trouble. We fear men and women who we solicit their assistance and say, I need to go do this difficult thing of confronting the problem employee. Help me come up with a good strategy to deal with him. Make sure I follow through and maybe go with me. When you are surrounded with people and the where you overcome their fear of telling you the truth by demanding that they tell you the truth and saying, you're not helping me if you keep quiet. I need your input. I need you to make me follow through. I need you to help go with me sometime. That overcomes their fear of saying something because you're asking for it. And also make sure, as we've also discussed in other of these recordings, you pick several people because then they have the courage of the group to follow through with this and tell you difficult things. And basically, when you have that, it overcomes the fear of somebody might be offended, somebody might be mad at me, to where you now fear people who are saying, do your job, deal with the problem, go talk to your people, go back to the mission. And when we fear them, we do the right thing. I love what a friend of mine said. We need people in our lives who throw us in the ring and keep us there, with that boxing and analogy. You cannot do leadership alone. That's why your predecessors failed. Other managers tried to do this alone and they succumbed to the fear of man. But when you surround yourself with people who, in the power of the group, make you follow through and do the difficult things, and you fear not doing your job rather than doing your job, you will be amazing. Fear good men and women. Pick several people to say, I need your help, and then start practicing leadership with their guidance, their wisdom, and their accountability. Thanks for joining us on the They to We Leadership podcast. If today's episode helped you think differently about management, take a moment to reflect and then apply it. Because real leadership isn't what you say, it's what you do next. And the real enemy is our pride and blindness on how we are really doing. Only with the help of others can we truly make an impact on those around us.